The apartment felt wrong. It wasn't just the silence. It was the weight in the air, like something unseen pressing down on my chest. The walls felt tighter, the corners darker, every sound sharper, as if the entire space was holding its breath, waiting. I stood in the doorway, my keys clenched in my fist. My eyes scanned the apartment. Everything looked the same, but something felt different. It had been 2 days since I found the note. I saw you too. I told myself I had imagined it, that maybe I had left it in the closet and forgotten about it, that maybe the footprints were just my own, smudged in a way I hadn't noticed before. But I knew better, and now, standing here, I could feel it again. He was back. I stepped inside and locked the door, listening. The apartment was still, too still. I forced a breath, trying to push away the unease twisting in my stomach. I needed to distract myself. I tossed my bag onto the couch, kicked off my shoes, and walked to the kitchen. The familiar hum of the fridge filled the silence. I reached for a glass in the cabinet, but as I set it on the counter, I hesitated. Something was off. The spice jars, the cutting board, the knife block, they were all wrong, slightly moved. I stared at them, my heart thudding. I was sure, absolutely sure, that I hadn't left them this way. I swallowed hard and turned away, telling myself I was imagining things. Then I saw the hallway. The closet door was open again. I had closed it that morning. My breath caught in my throat. I took a step closer, every nerve in my body screaming at me to stop. The gap in the door was just wide enough to show the darkness inside. I reached for the handle. A floorboard creaked behind me. I spun around so fast my vision blurred. Nothing. Just my empty apartment. The air pressed against my skin, heavy and charged. I wasn't alone. I knew I wasn't alone. My chest rose and fell in shallow breaths. Slowly, I turned back to the closet. I had to shut it. I had to take control. With one quick motion, I grabbed the handle and slammed the door shut. The noise echoed through the apartment like a gunshot. Silence. I let out a shaky breath and backed away. I just needed to sit down. To stop acting like I was losing my mind. I walked to the living room and collapsed onto the couch. My body ached with exhaustion, but my mind was racing. The apartment was quiet again, too quiet. Then from the hallway, creak, a single slow, deliberate footstep. I froze. My muscles locked, my breath caught. Another step. I turned my head toward the hallway, heart hammering against my ribs. The closet door was open. Wider this time. I couldn't move. I couldn't breathe. I could only feel it. Something was standing there watching me. Then I saw him. In the darkness of the hallway, a figure tall, still, shadowed. I couldn't see his face, couldn't see his eyes, but I knew he was looking at me. The air in the room dropped to ice. My fingers gripped the couch cushion, nails digging into the fabric. Then he moved, not fast, not lunging, slow, deliberate, a single step forward. The floor creaked beneath his weight. I wanted to run, but my body refused to move. Every nerve, every muscle was frozen in place. Another step. He was closer now, a shadow in the dim hallway light, his form unnatural, like the darkness itself was shaping him. My chest tightened. My mind screamed at me to do something. Anything. Then in a single, desperate motion, I threw myself off the couch and lunged for the lamp. Light flooded the room. The hallway was empty. I gasped for air, my whole body shaking. I turned in frantic circles, scanning every inch of the apartment. The closet door was open, but there was nothing there. No footprints, no shadows, nothing. But I saw him. I knew he was real, and worst of all, he knew I saw him too. I barely slept that night. Every time I closed my eyes, I saw him again. standing in the hallway staring at me. By morning, exhaustion pressed down on me like a weight. The sun streamed through the blinds, bathing the apartment in warmth. For a moment, I could almost believe I had imagined it all, until I looked at my bedroom door. The closet was open again, and on the floor, another note. I picked it up with trembling fingers. The paper was crumpled, edges torn. The handwriting was uneven, jagged, like it had been written with shaking hands. 2 words, still here.